Ew, David, what is this lighting? Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I don't know how you found me. You still haven't found me. I'm blown out like a ghost. But my name is Janessa, and I am North Dakota's trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. Please hit that subscribe button and join the family. I am so excited. We are doing a Get Ratchet with me today. We are doing this beautiful look, this green, purple, soft lingerie, and this beautiful natural kind of lingerie model blush look. So if you're excited to see how we did this using fabulous Blend Bunny products, then stick around because we're getting into it right now. I'm alive and breathing, living my best life. Love is on my mind and it's making me high. I'm staying in this moment, though it's hard sometimes, but I work it out every once in a while. I feel the love, I feel it growing every day. I feel the love. That's right. I am super excited. I've been wanting to do some content with the Jordan Liberty X Blend Bunny Masterclass blushes. I always tell people I don't wear blush. I wear 6 blushes. I love it. We've layered some things here. And we used a Blend Bunny palette, one that hasn't gotten a lot of love in my collection yet, but it was about time. We are using the Longing palette to create this purple and green fantasy. So I am super excited to play with this, and I am beyond ready to show you how we played with this. So if you want to see this, get ready. Potato Face Serial Killer coming at you in 3, 2, 1. Well, hello there, Potato Face Serial Killer reporting for duty. Here I am. I'm so excited to play with the Masterclass collection, but let's talk about, we did a quick little face beat before we got on here, and so let's talk about what we use. I started with the Smashbox Photo Finish. This is the mattifying primer. Now, I should have used some sort of like pore filling primer along with this. I did not, because that impacts the foundation, which is the Polite Society More Than a Pretty Face Foundation. Now, this came up in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty recently, and I had this before and I kind of liked it, but the shade that I bought was not me. It was not. It was too dark. And the reason why is that this shade is Fair C. Now, here's the thing. I am a light edging into medium. Like, I'm close to medium. Now, I'm not fully medium, but I'm like on the border. And so anything that's marked fair just doesn't seem like it's going to be good. Fair to me is a Teresa is Dead. It's an uncooked chicken. I am pale and pasty, but I have a little bit of color, a little bit of peachiness. So this is the right shade. The one I bought before was a light shade, but that was like toasty. It was almost a hate crime. It was not great. We were able to lighten it up with other products, but I do like this foundation. The packaging and like the pump on this is kind of awful, and I will say that this foundation is very liquidy, and like right now I look fine on your screen because this camera is supposed to be a fairly good webcam, but it always looks like I'm basically filming out of a 1980s Polaroid picture. And so I look very beautiful and very airbrushed and very Vaseline on the lens, but this does kind of emphasize texture a little more than I would like. So I should have used like a pore filling primer with this, but I did go ahead and combine this with the Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer in Silver Lake. So it gave me a little bit of glow because I do like, this is not a full matte foundation, but this is a little bit more of kind of a soft matte kind of, for me, I would say. And then this adds a little bit of glow back. And then for concealer, an oldie but a goodie, like me. I don't have any wild new concealers that I've been trying out, so I just pulled out some Tarte Shape Tape and used that under the eyes and a little bit down the center. I'm going very soft because we're going to talk about the look in a second. Then, no surprise, I love this Makeup Revolution cream bronzer. This is in medium. Just did a very, very kind of, I know this looks wild, but for me, it's a very soft contour because I am so excited to get into this. Now, in a live makeup play day with my friend Dion, if I can find it, I'll link it up here. I'm not as familiar with how to link lives, but I will try to link it here. We were playing with some makeup, and I played with the Masterclass blushes, and I played with kind of the orangey shade, and I liked it. But I was like, okay, I've got a Bella Beauté bar palette that is blues and greens and purples, the Ocean Jewels. And so I was like, I'm going to play with the more purpley shades from this blush palette in this. But for this look, I was like, let's just stick with Blend Bunny, and let's use one of the palettes that I haven't had much chance to play around with. And that is the Longing palette. I love this. This is a beautiful color story. And I love that this is going to be a beautiful, soft, my version of neutral kind of look, because there are some more cool tone neutral shades, but it's very like teal, green, turquoise, light lavender, lilac purples, and then some more kind of lighter, kind of cooler neutrals down here. And so I was like, for this look, let's be a little bit more subtle. Do we know her? Let's be a little bit more subtle, a little bit more subdued. And then in this beautiful Masterclass palette, I thought, let's play with these more neutrally pinky, mauvey, blushing kind of shades. Let's do a soft femme lingerie kind of look. You know, this will be another day. We already did some orangey coral stuff. So let's play a little bit softer, and we're going to use this for blush and contour. In terms of the glowy blushes, the glowy blush topper, highlighty kind of things, I think that all of these are too intense for what I want to do with this look, but definitely keep an eye on my channel. There's going to be a Get Ratchet with me where we play with the Ocean Jewels palette from Bella Beauté Bar, and we are going to hit both of these. We are going to get very purple, blue, mermaid. Oh, I'm so excited. But for now, let's break into the Longing palette. I'm going to go ahead and put a little eye primer on, and I'll be right back. We used a little bit of the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. I like holding up products because I feel like these lights, I know I say this every time and I've been gone for a long time, but like these lights, they work fairly well with my camera, but with this webcam, this different setup, it blows everything out. And so if I put my hands up or if I hold a product up, I feel like you get more of my face. When it's just down like this, it's very blown out. Once we start getting some color on here, right now it's big old potato face and there's not a lot of color. So also once we start adding color, that'll help. So let's get into it. Let's get into the Longing palette. I mean, obviously I'm dying to play with these greens, but I am going to be using this look to unbox some jewelry. That video will probably be out on my channel before this Get Ratchet with me. And if it is, I shall link it right here for your convenience. I love the Crystal Smiths so much. So we are going to do a green look with a little bit of this purple. I think we're going to do purple on the inner part and then fade out into the greens and just go. I want to try to keep this a little bit softer, so we might even go a little bit here with some of the like framing colors down in these cool neutrals. What to do? Yeah, I think I'm going to start with this shade right here. This is Sonder, and I'm going to use this to sketch out the shape in like where my crease transition would be if I ever paid any attention to my actual anatomy.
Where the last people standing, still dancing when the lights come on.
As expected, this darkened a little bit when it hit the primer, but I'm not mad at it. But I'm glad I started with the lighter shade. I was going to go with the one shade darker, but I actually don't mind this.
The music is fading, but this is our favorite part. I used to feel like an outcast, but I think I'm alright after all. 'Cause you make me feel like I belong. You like me from me without all of the glitter, and you make me laugh just like a little kid. And all my...
Very owlish. Now I'm going to go into this slightly darker shade. This is Stolen Glance, and I'm going to finish the outer part of just the shape and maybe start blending up into this lighter one, just to again set this neutral kind of shape, and then we'll put color over it.
Purities just disappear when you're here with me. I've been a stranger to this feeling, never felt so high.
I'm using a very stiff brush for this, so I'm getting a very good like payoff. The lines are going to be a little bit harsh for now. Once we get into the color, we're going to do a little bit more actual blendy. But for this, when I'm getting that shape, I really like having a firmer kind of paddle brush to really make sure I get the shape I want and can place color and not have to worry too much about it going all over the place or getting kind of feathered out or diffused.
If you and I come crashing down tonight, I'll let it hit me. It feels different whenever you're around. If I'm blue again tomorrow, that's alright, 'cause I'm so damn happy now.
All right, close enough for government work, especially this government, right? This is just the frame and we're gonna fill it in. I apologize if it feels like I'm rushing a little bit in this video, but I have this beautiful box of jewels to open. It's taking all of my willpower, which is not very much, to not just rip into this, but I'm not even letting myself open the letter until I'm ready to film. So let's get this eye look done. All right, so I'm getting another paddle brush. It's a little bit bigger and it's a little bit looser. It's still firm, but it's not as firm as the other one. And I'm going to start building in some light shades in the inner corner. So I'm gonna do a little bit of Twist of Fate. This is the lightest of the purple shades. And I'm gonna do that in the inner corner. I wanna have a little bit of purple before we switch to green.
When I'm at my darkest, you're always there to pick me up. I don't think that I'll tell you enough that I love you and how you light me up. I used to feel like an outcast, but with you I know that I belong. Like it's us against the world.
And now we'll go into Whoa, this beautiful pastel green. I love this so much.
Me from me without all of the glitter, and you make me laugh just like a little kid, and all my insecurities just disappear when you're here with me.
This is a very arched Disney witch kind of look. I love it. We are going to put some shimmer on here, but I'm just luxuriating in these mattes. Blend Bunny, I love their shimmers and I love their mattes. Their mattes are good. Sometimes there's a little bit of powder fallout because I use so much, because I pack it on. If I were being a little bit more light-handed, I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, they're not like overly crumbly or anything, but just the way that I use them, I tend to get a little bit of fallout, but that happens for a lot of brands. I love the way these blend together and lay down. They're so pretty.
I've been a stranger to this feeling, never felt so high. Won't even care if you and I come crashing down tonight. I'll let it hit me. It feels different whenever you're around. If I'm blue again tomorrow, that's alright.
And I want one more matte before we start getting into some beautiful shimmers. This is Sorrow. Very dark themes, very appropriate. Life is weird right now. What is this world? I hate it here.
I'm so damn happy now. I've been trying to bend the rules since I barely was walking. I've been trying harder all my life, 'cause I need to be perfect. If I could just be a little better, maybe you could be my salvation out of here.
All right, yeah, and I did go back into Whoa. So much of my style of makeup is just going back and forth and blending until I get the sort of softness, the diffusion that I want. So even when I say like I'm doing this color, sometimes it's more than one. This is a fun, gorgeous blending of color, but of course, my eye look is never done without some shimmer. So I have this dual-ended brush from Lunar Beauty. There's a stiffer paddle brush up here, then there's kind of a more diffused. I'm going to use the stiff side, and I'm going to go into some shimmers. Starting with Love Letters, this kind of purple, blue, turquoisey, duochrome shimmer. Very excited for that. And then we're going to go into If Only, this green shimmer. Remember when we said soft lingerie look? Boom, boom, pow! That shimmer has arrived. Oh, we love that. I could wait until later, but I'm going to go in and zhuzh up around the edge of that shimmer with Twist of Fate using the fluffy end of this brush. There we go. We lost a little too much of the purple into that brown sketching shade, and so I wanted to do that. I might do that with the green as well once we put that shimmer on. The shade is If Only. If only I'd known it was going to be this pretty. I'm bad and I know it. If I could just be a little better, maybe you could be my salvation out of here. Ooh, I can get it off, we are never done. I'm Juliet, baby, you are like the sun. Pour out your love, pull me to the top. Let me hear that champagne burst and pop. 'Cause as long as you are here with me, I'll be living long and wild and free. I can get it off, pull me to the top. Beautiful. It's a little bit diffused. It's a little bit softer than a lot of my looks, but not softer in terms of the colors, obviously, but just in terms of like the divisions of the shades. I like a little softness. This will be fun. I'm excited to see it with lashes. Now I'm going to use the shade Melancholy just on the edge. I don't know if it'll darken it much compared to the brown, but I do want to kind of give that green a little bit. I wish I had a deep green shimmer, but also adding another matte, I think keeps this a little bit softer, a little bit more femme. I know I thought I was like going to go into this and it would be this like light, neutrally lingerie look, and I can't stop myself. I just love color. Yeah, I don't know it's a different depth, but it definitely gives it something, giving that little bit of extra green. Kind of blending this. And then I'll probably take that shimmer onto there. Because we're getting a little bit of a strong line, so we definitely want to take that line down a little bit. I want to make sure it's even on both sides. And then we'll bring that shimmer back onto there to help blend that out. And you know what I'm going to do, because I'm feeling a little wild and woolly, that If Only green shimmer has a little, just a little touch of gold. And this shade Remorse is kind of like an olivey gold. I just want to put a little bit of that where it fades into the dark to help transition it. I think it's beautiful the way that it is, but more is more. Let's add another shadow and just see how this palette does. Nothing else could be like me and you. Let's just say beneath the big blue moon. There, it's ever so subtle. It's definitely got some shine, but I just think it just gives that moment when you turn. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I can get it off. No, I can't stay away from it. Oh, I like that. I like it. I'm going to do Sorrow along the lower lash line, about 2/3 of the way over. probably closer to 3/4, but you know what I'm saying. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of pleating. This is a slightly darker purple, and I'm going to connect that up to the purple in the inner corner because we are going to brighten up the inner corner. Yeah, I want it underneath to be a little bit darker because we're going to have a pop of color. Well, not a pop of color, a pop of brightness. This is the shade Remember, and it looks very silver. I wonder if it might have a little bit of like a lilac-y undertone, but very excited to put this in the inner corner and really get a pop. I mean, look at the material.
You and me, just a walk in the park where the world fades, and we're leaving no marks. They try to hold me down, tear me apart, but with you, baby, not.
I definitely think it's silver, but it plays really beautifully with those purples. I'm going to take this Urban Decay chunky pencil in Freak, and I'm going to do my waterline. I have trouble getting waterline color to stick, but I do sometimes have luck with these chubby pencils, so we're going to give it a shot.
So hard, they said I'd never make it, that I lost my spark, but you're the small compass guiding me through the dark. Stumble and trip. Yeah.
Right, not bad. All right, I'm going to go draw on some brow shapes and put on some lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, so here we are. We went very light and subtle with the lashes. Now for the eyebrow shapes, I pulled out one of my Give Me Glow wet liners. I think they're discontinued. They're going through this whole rebrand that they've been doing for like 2 years, but I love it. They're a little bit brighter than I expected. This is the shade Touchdown. It's hard to show because this orange is like neon orange red. This I thought was going to be a little bit deeper, but it's kind of a brighter teal green, which I like. We're going to keep the brows very green. We're going to keep the purple just on the inner part of the eye, and we're going to do green and maybe a little touch of that silver just at the front. I started talking about the lashes and then never finished. They are some Lily lashes in faux 3D mink. I don't know if they have another name besides that. It just says 3D faux mink on the back. They're cute, they're little. Again, we're trying to be very femme, very lingerie, even though we went very colorful with this, but keeping it a little bit low-key. We don't need the huge spiders for this one. All right, back into the Longing palette. I'm going to put a little bit of If Only. We've already got this beautiful teal green color, so I'm not going to do any mattes in this. I'm just going to do this shimmer and then a little bit of that silver. Cute, but we need a little more ombre. This is that silver shade Remember. Oh, it's blown out, but in the most beautiful way. I love it. I just look glowy and delightful. All right, enough is enough. This is what we came here for. Oh, the Blend Bunny X Jordan Liberty Masterclass Blush Palette. This is so beautiful. I cannot wait. I'm going to go a little bit floofy. This is a Sephora brush from some collection. It's got flowers on it. I want something a little bit fluffier. We're just going to kind of, again, I don't want this to be really like harsh 80s kind of blush. I want a soft, delicate, as soft and delicate as I get. I'm going to start with Heat here and blend that into the contour. It's so subtle, but I love it. I love it. You see that color? I've had this brush for a long time and it is shedding like a Great Dane. I don't know what's going on. I just washed these not too long ago, so apparently it's just given up. Oh, I went further on this side. Let's even that a little bit. I'm not your prize, but with you, baby, I see through the lies. Not bad. This brush is trying to die, so we're going to replace her and little Sephora brush. I may have to play around with this and see if I can get all the loose hairs out, but it might just be its time. I mean, I've had this for at least 12 years. All right, made by Mitchell. She's staying, but she's not gonna let me down. I'm gonna go kind of pink, and I'm gonna go into this shade, which is called Tension, and then I might bring in one of these peachier ones at the very apple.
Try to change me, you let me be, and that's the kind of love that's...
How that blends in. Oh, blend bunny. If I could make out with this palette right now, I would. I would. Check out my OnlyFans.
Every step we take, we're turning the page. With you, I'm on my page, feeling all the rage. Been used to talk, but now...
I'm gonna try just a little bit of safe word. Or this one. Innuendo, safe word, innuendo. Well, may I try a little bit of both? I always say, I don't wear blush. I wear 6 blushes. We'll start with safe word.
Stay quiet, 'cause with you I don't need to start a riot. You inspire me to dream, reach for the sky. Don't believe it's no more asking why. In a way so cold.
All right, and now into innuendo. And I'm not cleaning the brush because I really just want these to melt together. I want them to all be together and friendly and loving.
Light up this bar. With you, baby, it's just a walking apart. You inspire me to dream, reach for the sky. Don't believe it's no more asking why. In a world so cold, you light up this bar. With you, baby, it's just a walking apart. Just a walking.
That's gorgeous. Now these are all kind of a matte. Some of them have just the tiniest little bit of satin, but there is a more shimmery option. And I'm going to use this shade Afterglow, and I'm going to put that along where my highlight normally goes. I might still do a highlight because we know I'm a whore for highlight, and I'll certainly do a highlight down the center, but this Afterglow might be enough of a blush topper.
Just a walking apart, like a picnic in the sun. Let's make the morning like a walk in the park. Walking apart.
Oh, I actually might like this as a highlighter. It's got that little bit of color.
Walking apart. Walking apart.
It's kind of a feverish glow. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's COVID-19's latest variant. I love these blushes. We'll talk more at the end of the video, but I love them. I'm going to do a little something. I have another new product that I want to try. And this is where I could ruin the entire look. Maybe I'll come back later and do this because I have 3 shades of the speckled pens. These are from Glisten Cosmetics. I hope that they are shipping to the US soon because I saw that they just announced pastel colors in their Spectra Base foundation line, so I'm hoping. I think I'm going to do these, but I will do these at the end because I do have those other videos to film and I haven't played with these. And in case I fuck everything up, I want to make sure that we don't fuck up this look. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Should I just do it? Let's try the lighter shade. Let's just go for it. We're going to do it. I'm scared.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends.
You probably can't see anything in the camera. Hopefully when we zoom in, it'll show off. This is very light, which is okay with me. I'm gonna go over to the other cheek. Oh God, this makes me so nervous. Okay.
Fools drift into deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. How it's gonna say in the...
I have less control crossing my body, and I notice that some of them are a little darker. So I think I'm pressing harder or catching it more. But it's not too much. I feel like it's still, oh, ooh, that one. And then some on the nose. We'll just do
With you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you. You and me so clueless.
just have fun. fun little speckling of freckles. Tapping to diffuse them a little bit. And then, before we do the lips, we're gonna do another new product. One of the Hourglass ambient lighting palettes. Now, I ordered this from the Hourglass website. So this is the deer packaging because I liked this the most, but it is the Swan Color Story, which is more the medium. I'm gonna go into dim light, which is this little finishing powder, and I'm gonna kind of go over the face. So even if these speckles are a little bit much, we're about to give them some finishing powder as well. Hopefully this will really just kind of wrap up the whole face.
We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep in your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep.
All right, pretty. I'm excited for the final look. However, I remember why I don't use these Hourglass palettes very often. I have a bunch of them, and I was like, if I'm going to order one, I have to make myself start using it. I think the problem I have is that these pans are just too small. I have a big old face. I need a big old brush. So trying to get a control brush, that first brush that I pulled out, this Care Bears brush from Impressions Vanity, it was too big trying to get in there. I saw a little dusting coming up from the blush in the corner, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have trouble. So I gave up, and I switched over to a Morphe brush that's been in the collection for a while. It's a collab with you know who. Oh, I know, but we don't throw shit away. I went with this, and I just don't love a brush like this for face powders. I could have probably tried to find a smaller, floofier brush, but I don't use those kinds of brushes a lot, so I don't have a lot of them. So that's my only complaint, is that this is hard to use, but I do feel like when I put it on, it does just soften everything, and it's very beautiful. And so especially with this soft blush look, I'm so excited to see the final look. Watch out, world, she's getting lippy. All right, I do have a few of the glosses from this collection. My immediate impulse, of course, is to bring in more of the purple. However, to keep this a little bit softer, we're gonna go nude. I'm gonna go with this very 90s grayish kind of color. It's called Throwback. I've got a Juvia's liner in Cola. And so since we're going 90s, we're gonna do the darker Chola lip, the line, and then we're gonna fill it in with this gloss. Gorgeous. Love it. And because I overdraw, I like to make sure I fill in a little bit, at least back to my natural lip line. And now we can put on some gloss. Sorry, I think these are lip oils, and I know there's supposed to be a difference. And sometimes I feel like I get lip oils and they feel like an oil. Some feel like a gloss. I've tried these a little bit, and I think that these are kind of in the middle. Like they feel like maybe they have a little bit more oils, but they're not greasy. They feel really nice on the lips, and they feel kind of like a really high quality gloss to me. It's just that like 90s toffee, little bit cool toned brown. I love it. A little bit taupey.
I never listened, trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high,
Perfection. Now, would this work for a show? Not really. I don't really use a lot of gloss or lip oils or anything for shows just because I need my lips to stay, especially if I'm hosting. I don't really have time to reapply lips, but for a filming day, for some videos, beautiful. And of course, I feel naked without my beauty mark. I'm gonna go throw on some drag, throw on a wig, get some earrings, all that good stuff, and I will be right back to show you the final look. this is the finished look. I don't think I did myself any favors by putting on this stark white wig. It is so blown out. When I lean forward, I actually am sort of the right color. So I'll maybe try to finish the video like this. I'll be leaning forward. But this is the final look. I am loving it. I love Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I think that for me, Blend Bunny Cosmetics is one of the best indie brands right now. I know they're not getting into like the hollow chrome, the multi-chrome as much. They're doing some little bits of duochrome and multi-chrome here and there scattered throughout. They did have that little 4-pan multi-chrome palette that was beautiful, the Trove palette. And I know they're not doing that, more like Bella Beauté Bar and some of those, but I think that they are beautiful. And of course, I'm always behind. This Jordan Liberty Masterclass and this Longing palette are not the newest releases. Since at the time of filming, there's already been the Ellis Atlantis Volume 2, and they've started previewing something that's going to be out later this month. So I'm sure content will be coming around those as well. But for now, enjoy this beautiful look featuring Longing. Maybe I'll try to turn off one of these bag lights and see if that helps a little bit. Hold, please. All right, so this is marginally better. I turned the one to the side and I've got this one turned off. I'll take some pictures as well to make sure that you get the full experience of this. And for the other things I'm recording, I'll put on a different wig and hopefully that will help balance. I think the white balance is just off. And with this webcam, I don't know how to, there's not a lot of settings. I just don't know. I'm trying so hard. But tell me what you think of this look. I am loving it. It is soft and beautiful and femme like I like. And I'm very excited to record some other videos. So this is the look. This is the video playing with the Jordan Liberty Masterclass. If you love blush the way I do, I think you absolutely would love this in your collection. There's so many beautiful shades. There are neutral, nudie, femme, lingerie kind of shades. There's tropical. There's purple. There's multiple purples. There's hot pink. There's orangey, peachy kind of colors. There's so many. And then that extra little blush palette, look for that coming up, like I said, in that video where we play with Bella Beauté Bar. And we're going to play with this palette again and do the purples. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, this is the look. Let me know down below what you think about this. And if you want to tell me off about my lights, please. You're not saying anything I'm not saying, but let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to even give me that thumbs up to tell me you appreciated this video. If you are like, bitch, we can't even see your face. You're like a paper bag at this point, and maybe I'm prettier that way, but you can go ahead and give me that thumbs down because it is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of all future uploads. I try really hard. I know I've been slacking. I know I'm trying, but I try to have at least one video a week. And if you're lucky, very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, Masterclass-tastic. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website, The World of Champagne, at JanessaJ.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you, and I love you putting up with my sketchy setups and still trying to get back into this. Girl, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, y'all. So I love and appreciate all of you, and until I see you again, bye. Okay, let's see. Is there anything we can do to make this not so fucking blown out? Are you kidding? Don't throw shit on the ground. That's bad. Pretty girl. Life is weird right now. Shimmer, where's the shimmer? Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. All right, back into the, oops. Supple brush. I want a supple brush. Soft and supple. I need a floofy brush. Floofy brush. All right, this is marginally better. Are you going to focus on me? You should see me in person. Or don't.
We said forever, whatever means